Francis, the first Latin American pontiff and one of the most progressive leaders in the modern history of the Catholic Church, has died at the age of 88 at the Vatican in Rome. These and other stories coming ahead. Do stay with us. Thank you very much for joining us. If you're just tuning in, this is QTV News. Now, the African Network Against Extrajudicial Killings and Enforced Disappearances, ANECAT, has voiced its support for the recent life sentence of Yankuba Toure and the conviction of Michael Sankoria, both of whom are implicated in serious human rights violations during the regime of former President Yahya Jammeh. Our Bob has the story.
The African Network Against Extrajudicial Killings and Enforced Disappearances, ANECAT, has become a key advocate for justice and accountability in the Gambia's transitional justice process. Here is ANECAT's country director, Siran Daw.
Our reaction is really very satisfied and welcome news with the verdict against Michael Sankoria, finding him guilty on all counts of torture and conspiracy to commit torture. Definitely not just for ANECAT, but amongst the victims community and all the partners and all our supporters. The recommendations of the TRRC being implemented, and for the victims themselves also really affirms the victims and the survivors their right to justice and really recognizes the pain and the harm that they suffered.
Madam Daw emphasized that these rulings mark long overdue justice for the victims of atrocities committed during former President Jammeh's era.
We have the Korea 2 days ago, we have the Sonko and the Bailo, the case of Yankuba Toure, the case of the NIA 9. You know, these are definitely a turning point for us as a country. In the wake of what happened in this country for 22 years, we really cannot go any other direction except towards justice and accountability for these heinous crimes that were committed. Yahya Jammeh cannot get away with it. Not just Yahya Jammeh. Yahya Jammeh is just one of them. All of them will face justice as if we have our way. We continue. That's what we are working for. That is what we are continue advocating for. And you know, the processes are in place to get him. It might take time, for sure, but it will happen. What I always like to give is the case of Hissène Habré. Hissène Habré was out of his country, in another country, for over a decade, you know, but he eventually faced justice. History has not been kind to perpetrators, or dictators for that matter, so history will be on our side.
The ANECAT country director highlighted several challenges faced by victims.
The slow wheel of justice, as we say. Justice is a very slow process. It's a very challenging for the victims in particular. As you know, time is a luxury for most of them. We hear, and in our work we see many victims dying without seeing justice. So one of the biggest challenges is the amount of time it is taking. We understand, and our expectations are, you know, not too, you know, we're not delusional about the process, but it's really very frustrating for the victims when these things are so slow that some of them not living to see the outcome, and then so some of them being in the same communities with the perpetrators.
Yankuba Toure was sentenced for the 1995 murder of former finance minister Ousmane Koro Cisse, while Michael Sankoria, a former member of Yahya Jammeh's death squad called the Junglers, was convicted in US for his involvement in torture and extrajudicial killings. The Ministry of Justice has welcomed the landmark conviction of Michael Sankoria, who fled to the United States in December 2016. ANECAT welcomed the rulings as a significant step forward, but stressed that justice must not end with these convictions. The organization is calling on the government to ensure accountability for all individuals named in the TRRC report. ANECAT continues to advocate for a comprehensive approach to justice, one that includes victim-centered reparations, systematic institutional reforms, and robust safeguards to prevent the recurrence of past abuses. For QTV News, I am Our Bob.
Now, Waiba Medical and Real Estate Group officially launched dental clinics and real estate services in Kombo Kerewan and Dipakunda on Saturday, offering affordable healthcare and housing to the public. And Sumana Esonyasi attended both events, and he now reports.
Founded by Usman Waiba, a Gambian with extensive experience in both the medical field and business. Waiba Group encompasses a real estate company, a private dental clinic, and the Waiba Medical Clinic, all committed to delivering high-quality, affordable services. At the group's official launch on Saturday, CEO Usman Waiba and his German mentor and partner, Professor Rainer Jordan, shared the story behind the group's creation and its intended impact across the healthcare and real estate sectors. They also thanked the government and local partners for their support and reaffirmed their commitment to providing reliable, quality services to the public.
The power of determination I would like to mention here. Along the road is sometimes very rough. Yeah, you have even yourself, doubting yourself. You go up to a point, you start questioning, can I do it? But one thing keep you going, if you have the power of determination to push, most of the time it's possible. And we push hard to make today possible.
This is a wonderful example of sustainable collaboration. For the future, I especially hope that we can further develop oral health education, treatment and prevention in oral health, particularly among children. They are our future.
Musa Kamara, Regional Health Director for Western One, and Klaus Boschet, German Ambassador to the Gambia, congratulated Mr. Ba and his partners for venturing into two vital sectors, healthcare and housing, and providing essential services. They praised the group's dedication to offering these services at affordable prices, highlighting its strong commitment to supporting the less privileged.
As a health region, we want to register our thanks and appreciation to the Waiba Group and their affiliated donors, Professor A.R. Jordan, the German ambassador, for this initiative of complementing efforts of Ministry of Health towards universal health coverage by contributing their quota towards provision of the much needed health care in this part of the country.
Thank you, Dr. Yora. Thank you, Usman Waiba. Congratulations to what you have achieved. Congratulations to you, Professor Yora. Let me add, I'm also a bit proud that a compatriot of mine from Germany achieved this without any public support.
Speaking on behalf of the Waiba Group staff, Abdullah Eoba encouraged the communities of Kombo Kerewan, Dipakunda and Gambians nationwide to take advantage of the opportunities the group offers through its diverse services. He also echoed the team's commitment to delivering quality and affordable services to all.
Health is everybody's business. Health is everybody's concern. So investing in health cannot be paid.
The Jordan Dental and Waiba Medical Clinics provide comprehensive medical and oral healthcare services. Meanwhile, Waiba Real Estate Group offers reliable and affordable housing and rental solutions nationwide. Ansmane Sonyasi for KTV News.
Now, in a bid to raise awareness and enhance community engagement on maternal health issues, the Ministry of Health conducted a regional advocacy training on fistula in Basse, Upper River region. The training brought together 25 participants, including women counsellors. This story by Samba Kamara is narrated by our Bob.
The sensitization is to raise awareness about the devastating injury caused by the obstructed labor, which continues to impact the lives of tens of thousands of women globally. This event aims to address this pressing issue and marks a significant step forward in efforts to promote gender equity, equality, and the well-being of all members of society. Famara Fati is the reproductive, maternal, newborn, child, and adolescent health program officer.
What I would want to tell the people is that fistula is like any other disease condition. But fistula has a more negative impact on people and their communities than any other disease. Being a disease like any other disease, fistula is treatable. And apart from treating fistula, we have also another level where fistula survivors are being reintegrated in the society. Because when they had fistula, they would have had a lot of psychological trauma. And that trauma would have getting them away from the society. Bringing them back to the society, we have so many things there for them. Even economically, when somebody has fistula, people tend to run away from them. So economically, they cannot earn anything. Even what they could have been doing before fistula is taken away from them because nobody wants to come back to them.
Haja Soma Jalo, Lady Councillor for Fladu East, is among the trainees in the regional advocacy training.
Hande ko affaire jangde ñaw mo anduda no bittina rewbe.
The purpose of our gathering today is to raise awareness about the serious and troubling condition known as fistula. If pregnant women are neglected and fail to visit health facilities in time, it can lead to the development of fistula, a condition where there is leakage from the female genital area or the fecal tube. This condition can become extremely dangerous for the affected women. Recently, the First Lady launched a similar initiative to address this issue, and we are grateful for her support. We urge every participant here today to share this crucial information with their communities.
Dudu Sanyang, Regional Director of Health for Basse, URR, told the participants about the importance of the training.
The intention of the ECOWAS or the West African Health Organization is to ensure that we eradicate fistula in West Africa by 2030. So today's training is one of the activities that are geared towards achieving that objectives. So today we are training the councillors, lady councillors or women councillors, so that they will help us in the advocacy for fistula. Over the years, the Ministry of Health have done a lot with regards to ensuring that at least fistula is taken care of.
By equipping healthcare professionals with the necessary skills and knowledge, the Gambia continues to strengthen its national capacity to provide holistic and patient-centered care for fistula survivors. For QTV News, I am Awabov.
That story there takes us to a short commercial break. When we return, we will hear how Soma Senior Secondary School clinched a narrow victory in the ECOWAS Peace Club quiz competition in the Lower River region, plus the end of an era with the passing of Pope Francis at the age of 88 at the Vatican in Rome. The station.
fii mooy fan fii mooy Inessa di place bi nga xam ne moom la ñëpp taam place bi bépp xeetu ataaya bu baax rek bu dugg see ci dëkk bi xamal ne fii rek la am bara wërga bii neex na lool saf na ba pare tamit nag am gu bu neex boo ko naanee rek da ngay kontaan ci saas añ ba suur ba gëreesal li nga lekk jëndal baara ataaya bii ndax moom la ñëpp taam gis nga sama client bii ataaya bu neex bu ne moom laa koy njëkk a jox ndax moom kat ataaya bu neex rek lay wër bara wërga bii mooy warga bi gën te moo gën a saf kon nag ràññee leen ko bu baax kon daw leen gaaw ca Banjul foofu ca Inessa di place bi nga xam ni foofu rek nga ko mën a amee wholesale wala retail mu ngi foofu ci boori court house bi foofu ca Banjul wala nga daw ci bépp marché bépp supermarket bépp boutique fépp foo dugg rek di nga mën a am baara warga bii nga xam ne moom la ñëpp di wër tey baara warga moo dàq ci warga yi man maa ngi ci moom ndax su ma maree ataaya moom rek lay naan.
Oryx, with you all the way.
Welcome back, and this is QTV News. Now to the rest of our stories. Soma Senior Secondary School are champions of the ECOWAS Peace Club Education Regional Inter-Secondary School Quiz Competition held in Mansa Konko in the Lower River region. Our regional correspondent Bakari Balde attended the program and filed this report.
The event was organized by the ECOWAS Permanent Mission in the Gambia in partnership with the ECOWAS Peace Club at the University of Applied Science, Engineering and Technology, USET in Mansa Konko. The competition aimed to promote peaceful coexistence, empower young people as advocates of peace, educate them on the history, development, programs and initiatives supported by the ECOWAS Permanent Mission in the Gambia and across West Africa. Participating schools included Tahir Senior, Soma Senior, Tonyataba Technical, and Misra Upper and Senior Secondary Schools. Wandifa Fati is the center manager at the USET Institute of Technical Training in Mansakonko.
As a peace club, we have challenged ourselves to educate young people in the areas of general peace building within the ECOWAS regional bloc, and the world at large.
Momodu Lamin Kamara, Deputy Governor of the Lower River Region, emphasized the importance of young people embracing and upholding the principles of peaceful coexistence.
In an increasingly complex world, the challenges we face, for example, climate change, poverty, inequality, and many others, are not confined to any other nation or culture. These issues demand a united response. Therefore, as young people working together across cultures and backgrounds, you can innovate and create solutions that benefit everyone.
Claude Kondo, President of the ECOWAS Permanent Mission in the Gambia, highlighted how ECOWAS integrates peace building and maintenance as a core part of its mission across member states.
When ECOWAS was established in 1975, the main purpose for which it was established was to foster economic integration among West African states. But because of wars fought in countries like member states like Liberia, Sierra Leone, Cote d'Ivoire, Guinea-Bissau, ECOWAS shifted its focus to peace and security.
Ken Mendy, Police Commissioner of the Lower River Region, highlighted the vital role young people play in community policing and fostering safer, more cohesive communities.
Security officers are not enemy to you. We are partners in national development. We are pleased to work with you side by side as stakeholders in the interest of national security.
Speakers at the event included Alhaji Yaya Jajusi, Chief of Jara West, Momodu G. Jallo, Education Director in Mansakonko, and Yusuf Fati, a student at USET, all of whom commended the ECOWAS mission in the Gambia for its impactful initiatives. The final results saw Soma Senior Secondary School emerge as the winner with 32 points, followed closely by Tahir Senior with 31 points. Tonyataba Technical secured third place with 30 points, while Misra Upper and Senior Secondary School came in fourth with 29 points. Bakari Balde, QTV News.
Congratulations to Soma Senior Secondary School. Now, the National Mental Health Program organized a training for NGOs and civil society organizations to enhance their advocacy efforts in addressing mental health issues. Loli M. Kamara was there and filed this report.
Organized in collaboration with the Ministry of Health and the International Voluntary Mental Health Organization, the gathering aimed to promote cooperation and enhance advocacy efforts to tackle the rising mental health challenges in the Gambia. Ma'am Jara Marega, Program Manager at the National Mental Health Program, emphasized the importance of the gathering.
We have conducted numerous capacity building in the communities. We've targeted community health care workers because we know they are also advocates when it comes to mental health. Some of them are specialists, yes. They give services, but even as a practitioner, my colleagues are here. You don't just give medicine when you see a patient. We assess the patient, try to understand what they're going through, but also to advocate. All of you here are very important when it comes to the objectives of achieving equity, affordable, culturally appropriate mental health services.
Madam Marega went on to add that, despite these efforts, they continue to face numerous challenges.
We have persistent stigma in our society that is preventing people from seeking support. You've seen the recent rise, well, some acknowledge that there is a rise in the number of suicide cases. We at the facility level, some of my colleagues will attest to that we have seen brought in death, like people that died in the communities without any underlying medical condition or known underlying medical condition. Now, we cannot say they were confirmed, but in some of those cases, we suspect it's suicide.
In recent months, a troubling increase in suicide cases across various parts of the country has raised national concerns, prompting officials to revisit mental health policies and strengthen intervention strategies. Samba Balde, a representative from the International Voluntary Mental Health Organization, and Fatou Sadio, a participant, shared their roles and expectations.
We are now into the next level of advocacy and making sure that mental health is looked up to as a nation. So us as an organization, we are happy to collaborate and continue the partnership with the Ministry of Health under the mental health unit to make sure that mental health is always talked about and people are aware of this crisis.
At the end of the day, we'll be able to come out with collective means as to how to make sure that mental health is fully addressed in the Gambia.
It is believed that the efforts of NGOs and CSOs can play a crucial role in addressing mental health issues in the Gambia through impactful strategies such as raising awareness, reducing stigma, and improving access to services, among others. For QTV News, Loli M. Kamara. Coming up next is international news. Now, Pope Francis, the first Latin American pontiff and one of the most progressive leaders the Catholic Church has ever seen in modern history, has passed away at the age of 88. His death, which comes after delivering his Easter Sunday message, marks the end of an era for the Vatican and for millions of faithful followers around the world. Usman Jata tells us more.
The world is mourning the loss of Pope Francis, a figure revered for his dedication to humanity, social justice, and the dignity of the marginalized.
Cari fratelli e sorelle, buona Pasqua.
The Vatican confirmed Pope Francis's passing at 7:35 on Monday morning after he had been undergoing treatment for a recent infection. His health has been in the decline for several months, but his death has left many in shock as his presence in the church seemed unwavering until the very end. Tributes from global leaders are flooding in, with French President Emmanuel Macron hailing him as a man who always stood with the vulnerable, while King Charles of the United Kingdom expressed heartfelt sorrow over the loss of a leader who epitomized compassion and selfless service. Staying true to his lifelong commitment to simplicity, Pope Francis requested a modest and humble funeral. In a profound break from tradition, he chose a simple wooden coffin, foregoing the customary raised platform for public viewing. Instead, the faithful will bid farewell to their pontiff as he lies in repose. The lid of his coffin removed so all may gather close to him, a reflection of the deep connection he sought with his followers. In yet another departure from centuries of Vatican protocol, Pope Francis will not be buried within the hallowed grounds of St. Peter's Basilica. Instead, he will rest at the Basilica of St. Mary Major in Rome, marking a poignant final act of his commitment to the people of Rome and his humility. He was elected as Pope in 2013, breaking the tradition of papal conservatism with his embrace of social reform, inclusion, and a more accessible church. His papacy was characterized by an unwavering commitment to the poor, the suffering, and the displaced, often traveling to some of the world's most troubled regions to bring hope and solidarity. Pope Francis's impact on the world will echo for generations. His message of radical love and justice continues to inspire not only the Catholic Church, but also the broader global community, where his example will live on the hearts of those he touched. Papa rest in peace. Osman Jata, QTV News.
May his soul rest in perfect peace. Well, this is all we have for you in this edition of the news. But before we go, here is a recap of the headlines. The African Network Against Extrajudicial Killings and Enforced Disappearances, ANECAD, supports the life sentence of Yankuba Toure and the conviction of Michael Sankoria for human rights abuses under former President Yahya Jammeh. Waiba Medical and Real Estate Group officially launched dental clinics and real estate services in Kombo, Kerewan and Dibakunda on Saturday. In a bid to raise awareness and enhance community engagement on maternal health issues, the Ministry of Health conducted a regional advocacy training on fistula in Basse, Upper River region. Soma Senior Secondary School are champions of the ECOWAS Peace Club Regional Education Regional Inter-Secondary School Quiz Competition held in Mansa Konko in the Lower River region. And in international news, Pope Francis, the first Latin American pontiff and one of the most progressive leaders in the modern history of the Catholic Church, has died at the age of 88 at the Vatican in Rome. This is all we have for you in this edition of the news. Do join us again at 10 p.m. for another news bulletin. Thank you for watching.